It's being hailed as the bridge of development, the bridge of India's resolve, the bridge that promises a bright future, but unable to bridge the political divide. And we have three different perspectives on this special broadcast. Dr. Shama Mohammed of the Congress, Tausif Shah of the PDP, RP Singh of the BJP. But before politics, let's talk to Lieutenant General KJS Dhillon. General Tiny Dhillon is former Director General of Defense Intelligence Agency and former Kashmir Corps Commander on the strategic significance of this bridge. General, you've commanded the Kashmir Corps. You've also served as a young lieutenant. You've commanded your company, your battalion, your brigade. What does this bridge mean for the people of Jammu and Kashmir?
Good evening, Gaurav, and good evening to all your viewers. See, this bridge, Chenab Bridge and the affiliated tunnels which are taking the train from Katra to Srinagar. It's a brought out by you in the preamble. It's a very strategic significance it has, and for the development of the region, as also to aligning the region towards the rest of India. You know, rivers and mountains are psychological barriers, and it has been through the human history. They have been always psychological barriers. And once you make tunnels and bridges, that joins people, the heart, that join people from the development point of view and integration as a national culture. Now, coming to the strategic and military importance of it. As you see, as a young lieutenant or captain, as you are referring to, I used to travel from Srinagar to Jammu in more than 12 to 14 hours by a military bus. And today, if we have cut down the timing from Katra to Srinagar and subsequently from Jammu to Srinagar to 1/4, I think that is some very, very big achievement. And more so because this road from Jammu, Udhampur, Ramban, Banihal, Srinagar is very prone to weather conditions.
Yes.
Half the time during winters, the convoy or the traffic moves only one way. That means either the up convoy or the down convoy. That would restrict your movement to an alternate day. And there are so many landslides, especially in the Ramban area, that the road traffic or the road travel was very, very uncertain. And from the military point of view, if you are in operations and there is some sort of a conflict going on the borders, your convoy's movement, your logistics coming up have to be 100% assured.
General,
now we have the road movement, and this will also reduce the traffic on the roads because most of the people will now travel by train. The road congestion will reduce. The logistics can move faster by road. We have alternate route of moving the trains. And of course, the air travel or the air movement is possible. So as a military
General,
man,
what I want to understand from you,
a corps in Kashmir.
Yes.
It is a great significance, and it will enhance our strategical and military confidence and the capabilities within the Kashmir Valley to a large extent, without going into the tactical and strategic details.
You know, when I interviewed you when you were commanding the Corps immediately after the Pulwama terror attack, that convoy was moving on the road which was targeted by those terrorists, Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists in Kashmir, that VBIED, vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. What I want to understand from you is, will this train be as vulnerable, first, to terrorists and second, to Pakistani drones or missiles or aircraft?
Gaurav, since I was involved in the planning of security for this train when I was a Corps Commander, and again not going into the details of the strategic things, all those aspects which you have spoken about, and in addition to that, many other, have been taken into consideration, and a very well laid out security plan for the rail movement has been worked out. And by now it would have been even more honed up or more polished. And I can assure you the train movement will be very, very secure, not only from the terrorist angle, also from the enemy's angle. So be rest assured on that, those aspects have been taken care of and covered.
General, the Prime Minister's message was extremely significant. In Pahalgam, Hindus were singled out. They were killed after asking them their religion. Was this to trigger, as he said, communal rights in India? And can the terrorists attempt that once again? And that will once again derail the Kashmir growth story.
Gaurav, Kashmir growth story has now got into a phase where it is self-sustaining. Small hiccups will come, but it is irreversible now because the stakeholders, the Awam of Kashmir, the people of Kashmir, the students of the Kashmir, the job seekers of Kashmir, the self-employed people of Kashmir have tasted the dividends of peace. In a house where there used to be, रात की रोटी के लाले पड़े होते थे, वहां पे अभी शाम को घर में बाप और बेटा मिलके 2-3 हजार रुपया कमा कर लाते हैं. So that family और उनका छोटा बच्चा है जो स्कूल जाता है, जहां पे कोई हड़ताल नहीं हो रही है. So that family would never want Kashmir to go back to those black days. So Kashmir's development, Kashmir's progress is irreversible with these type of linkages happening now. The psychological barriers will also diminish over a period of time. And as I always say, economics drives peace. And when the
Economy
economic
drives
activity
peace.
in Kashmir will go
Yes.
up, the peace will go up.
And how long before that terror-enabling ecosystem, before I bring in a political guest, I want to understand from you, this terror-enabling ecosystem in Kashmir, the ones who fund either stone pelters or the ones who shield terrorists, like the, Pulwama terror attack, because or even the Pahalgam terrorists are still at large. Those people who shield such elements, how long before they are rooted out?
Gaurav, there are two aspects to your question. One is, no terrorism can sustain itself without the local support.
Yes.
And as I answered in my previous question, with the economic development happening, with the progress happening, infrastructure becoming better, the tourism growing, the agro industry growing, and also the children getting better education, better job creation, all those things will make sure the local support will wean away slowly and slowly. Even today, there are only 20% local terrorists, 80% are Pakistani terrorists. That only shows how much support the terrorism has in Kashmir. For last 2 years, I'm told, not a single boy has joined terrorism in Pulwama district. No, that is one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is when the development happens, when the psychological barriers break, and when the linkages happen, that means interdependence, on the other side of the psychological and natural barriers would increase. And with
Fair
that
enough.
feeling coming in, Kashmir is on the absolutely right path. And I don't think this peace process is now, by any stretch of imagination, is irreversible. This
Sir,
is bound to go up, up, and up.
Thank you very much for joining me on that very positive note.